think it might work. Sweet. All right. Hello, good afternoon. Nice to see you. What we're gonna do today is a little specialized after class kind of a thing. So if this feels like it's gonna work out, I usually have on Tuesday the cell phone in the corner to give a good surveillance video type of class experience. So it's like you're watching the classes in Durham like on CCTV, just waiting for like a convenience store break-in or something like that, robbery. But one of those surveillance videos actually got a good little bit of attention. It was about adding movement to casino. So I thought what we could do is stream from home with my fancy new internet that should have no problems whatsoever. Oh goodness, I gotta see what people are saying. So some are saying like no audio. Okay, that's gonna be. I can understand the hey for sure, but the one underneath it, I got no chance with that. But hello. So yeah, with the fancy new internet, that's gonna eliminate all of my life's problems. To give a little bit more of a talking to the camera breakdown of what we do in class. So this is not from yesterday's class. This is from some classes ago, some weeks ago. But if you like it, let me know, and I can bother Jen about coming over more regularly. So if by chance you find yourself dancing casino and you're social dancing and you have some turns and you don't know what to do next, you're kind of hanging out in Guapea and thinking, man, what are those turns that I know? Oh yeah, I know Kentucky. I can lead Kentucky, and then you lead Kentucky, and then you're done with Kentucky, dile que no time, and you're done with Kentucky, and you're back in the boat of thinking of what to do next. The idea here is to give you something to do that is gonna add some dynamic and make you look like you're dancing, make you look like you definitely know what you're doing next, even if you don't. So what we're gonna do, instead of just hanging out in Guapea, is just move around a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Instead of just hanging out right here, I'm just gonna move with my partner. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. What's that turn I wanna do? I know how to do Kentucky. I'll lead Kentucky. Okay, cool. And then we lead Kentucky. But the difference is when we were thinking about what to do, we looked more confident than lost. So to start off and go back a little bit, we're going to look at some steps from son. I don't know exactly what they're called, but if you do, you can leave them in the comments. So when I break this down into chapters, I'll have the right names for everything. But we're gonna take, let's do like a forward and back in son style, but we're gonna put it a tiempo because we're gonna end up dancing on one anyway, all right? So just pretend we're dancing contra tiempo right now. So let's say we're going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. What I'm gonna do, make sure that on 3 and 7, I have the feet with a stagger, so like 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 6, 7. So not necessarily a dinner plate one, where I'm going 1, 2, and then back on the spot. And then 5, 6, 7. So this middle, where we start right here, that's gonna be counterproductive to what we wanna do. So we wanna leave the feet in a stagger. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And from there, we're going to do a good old cross in front and cross in back. So it's gonna be crossing in front with your left foot, leads on 1, follows on 5, but in front with the left, and then in back with the right. So crossing in front with the left, crossing and back with the right. And so when I'm setting that up on 3 and 7, I wanna start kind of like drawing the circle. And even though the cross in front on 1 and the cross and back on 5 look like they're the most distinctive steps, really setting them up the beat before on 3 and 7, 2 beats before, is gonna make our lives a lot easier. So as opposed to just going from a forward and back, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then thinking, oh, okay, I got to cross in front, and then I got to cross and back. It's the 3 and 7 before them. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I want to bend an arc where I'm intending to step across so that the step across follows very natural. And then when I'm going back here, this is 3. I want to get my body moving towards that direction so that the cross and back on 5 flows very naturally. So I got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Cross and cross. 6, 7, cross in front, cross and back. 6, 7, cross in front, cross and back. And then when I do it with a partner, when the lead is crossing in front with the left, she'll be crossing in back with the right. And when I'm crossing in back with the right, she'll be crossing in front with the left. So if we go from just a plain old forward and back, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to start to get into it. 5, 6, 7, and cross, and cross, and cross, and cross, cross, and cross. Do from this angle right here, just to kind of show what I mean about the 3 and the 7 action. So we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, cross in front, cross in back, 5, 6, set it up, cross, and cross, and cross, and cross, and cross, and cross. All right, so that is going to be sort of the foundation of what we're doing. And again, if you know the name for that, if that has some very distinctive, correct name that I can write down in the chapter like I knew what it was, that'd be great. Go ahead and leave a comment. So the next thing that we're going to do is kind of difficult, and this is just to give a little sort of warm up to what we're actually going to be doing when we make our little desplazamientos. But let's go ahead and face one direction, all right? And so we'll go from a forward and back. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We can start the cross in front, cross and back. 5, 6, 7, cross in front, cross and back, cross in front, cross and back. So that's easy enough. But what I want to see if we can do is if you have a 4-walled room, you start facing one wall. And we just want to turn with our cross in front. We want to end up facing 90 degrees to our left. So we cross in front, 1, 2, and then open up. All right, so we're facing this new direction. We're going to cross in back with the right. We're going to end up facing 90 degrees to our left again. 5, 6, 7. All right, we're going to cross in front with the left. 1, 2, 3. Cross in back with the right, and we're going to face forward again. All right. So this one is more critical for the leads, but good little exercise to do anyway. So we'll go from a forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Cross in front, cross in back, just in a line to warm up. So we cross in front, cross and back. And so now let's go around the world. All right, so we cross in front, cross in back, cross in front, cross and back. Cool. So this one in the classes sometimes can take a little while, but you're keeping the same cross in front with the left on 1, 2, 3, crossing back with the right on 5, 6, 7. All right. So if we're doing it on the leads count, the 1 is always in front with the left, 5 and back with the right. So when we start turning, looking towards the left shoulder, 1 is still cross in front with the left. Cross in front and then open up. All right? And so as tempting as it might be to cross in front with your right foot, that's not what we're doing on 5. All right? And what we want to do is make sure our momentum is going in that direction so that the cross and back feels very natural. So cross in front on 1, 2, 3. And so if I step a little bit back on 3, my momentum is already going here. So when I take my right foot on 5, it feels very natural to go behind me. 5, 6, 7. I have a little bit of a step forward so that the 1 feels natural to cross in front 2, 3, and crossing back on 5, 6, and 7. And so in order to do what we're going to do next with a partner, the leads especially have to have that one pretty good alone, all right? So with our partner, we're going to go from our forward and back. We got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, crossing in front, crossing in back, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, around, 5, 6, 7, cross in front for me. I'm gonna let her walk. I'm gonna cross in front, and I'm gonna let her walk. All right, so this is just a way of showcasing the follow walking, which is a lot of what this dance is about. So the crossing in front, crossing back is just kind of like a pretty thing. But what I'm doing let's do it this way for the first one. So what I'm doing, go from forward and back, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. When I cross in front, I'm getting 90 degrees, 1, 2, 3. But, I'll be right back, okay. So I want to leave her facing this direction. And so if I have my frame like this, I got to leave everything that's connected to her where it is and just open my chest. So I was here, boom, and open up. And that way she has a clear path to walk. All right, so I'm going to keep that same cross and back step. It's going to help me go in the direction that she's walking. 5, 6, 7, all right? And so it gives the ability to let her walk more. So if you think of it like doing like a décléquenot, usually for 5, 6, 7 on décléquenot, we're moving in the opposite direction as them. And what that does is it shortens the path that they have. So instead of bringing her in this direction and moving in the opposite direction, I want to go with her. So if we go from our forward and back, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go in the same direction that she's going, and it gives her more of an opportunity to walk and look good walking. And we're just going to do that whole thing one more time. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I cross in front, bring her to walk, 5, 6, and I keep it going, cross in front, bring her to walk, 5, 6, 7, and we're back where we started. If we do it towards the mirror, and cross in front, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, we can do it just in a line, and then go around. 1, 2, open, let her walk, 6, 7, leads cross in front, let her walk, 5, 6, and 7. And that is just a sort of sonish way of moving around the room that probably has a name, and if you know it, please leave it in the comments so I can put it in the chapter title. So if I wanted to do this, if I wanted to just kind of move around the room in this closed position, and then eventually get out of it, I would change the steps a little bit. So the last 5, 6, 7 is in fact the end of décléquenot, where I'm kind of bringing her over and moving in the opposite direction. So for the last one, instead of going with her in the way that she was walking, if I wanted to start leading turns and stuff, I would just do 5, 6, 7 of our standard décléquenot. So let's do that. Let's go from a forward and back, cross it in front, cross it in back. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We'll go around. 1, 2, 3. Let her walk. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And then décléquenot. Boom. And here we are. So that's just an easy way of taking a little move from song, putting it into your casino, letting you move around the room. And you can go around as many times as your heart's content. And then when you want to get out of it, you just put the 5, 6, 7 of décléquenot. So if we go this way, forward and back, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We start playing with the feet. 5, 6, 7. We go around. I let her walk, go with her, cross in front, let her walk. If I had enough, cross in front, 2, 3. And so I'm open right here. I'm going to bring her to walk this way. And instead of going with her, I'm just going to do 5, 6, 7 of good old Dilettino. 5, 6, 7. And then from there, I could lead whatever turns I wanted to do. And the advantage of it is we defined our space that we're dancing in. We connected. We did some nice easy things that weren't super arm and turn intensive. And we just enjoyed the connection, enjoyed the music, enjoyed the dance. And then we can go into turns, so it gives it a little bit of a dynamic. What I wanted to do was just show a couple variations. In the class that we had recently, I showed 3. So we had 3 different desplazamientos that we did, and then we had some turns that went after each. I'm just going to take a little peek right here, see if anyone, okay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Someone likes a tip. I couldn't see the name, which, I wonder if I need glasses. I'll be at the age where I do need glasses. While we have this little break in momentum, there's going to be some workshops at some cities that one might call major cities. I think if you check the description, let's say Chicago is one of them, and then in Madison that same weekend. So if you're in that area, a little Midwest tour for the kid. Clara will be in Chicago, and I want to say that tickets for that one are about halfway gone. So if you're in that area, you know someone who's in that area, it's going to be in the first week of November. So there's my plug. Okay, so we've got our little base desplazamiento that we're going to start with, that if someone knows the name of it, they can tell me. But what I want to do is see if we can go right from Dilettino and use the same concept, kinda. It won't look immediately related, but it's kind of related. All right, so we'll go from Dilettino. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So the first little tip here for the lead, as opposed to kind of open up and settle like I'm going to be on the spot right here, is instead of stepping 5, 6, my 7 over here, I'm going to step 5, 6, 7, where I'm going to move in front of her. All right, so that is the first way to get into it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And so my 1, 2, 3, I'm going to be doing kind of the same thing, where I'm getting out of the way to her left shoulder, on the outside of her left shoulder. But instead of doing it from here and just opening like this, I've got to do it from all the way over here, but I got to go to the same spot. So I want to make sure that even if I have her move a little bit, it's not a lot, because I have to give myself enough room to get all the way over to the far side by 3-ish, all right? So my 1, 2, 3, I'm going to be going across. 1, 2, 3, all right? And so what I want to kind of try to do for this first one is think of drawing a rectangle on the floor. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So if the follow is kind of like a pencil, I want to draw a line, in this case, towards the camera, but I got to get to the other side. 1, 2, 3, all right? And so I am in front of her. You'll say, you didn't make it all the way to the other side. I didn't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our frame and connection to help her pivot to face a new direction. So the lead can move. Position-wise, the positions are defined by where the follow is relative to the lead. So the lead can move himself, can move the follow to a different place, but also we can kind of direct the angle of the follow. So 1, 2, 3. If I change the angle, now I am magically on her left shoulder where I want it to be. So the next part of the rectangle is going to be her walking parallel to the camera here, under the arm on 5, 6, 7. I'm going to bring the arm down, and we're just going to repeat it where we draw a line this way. 1, 2, 3. And change the angle again so that I'm on her left shoulder, and she's got a nice path to walk under. And since we can see it better here, I'm going to show a little bit about this tunnel that we're making with the arm. So we're making just a little arch with her arm and my arm, and I want the follower to be able to walk under it. But you'll notice I'm leaving this this hand in front of her for as long as possible. So 5, 6, 7. I bring it down at the very end. So it's not like I just let her walk under and let the arm pass, or let her pass under the arm, because it's going to feel natural for her to like turn and face me, and I want her to be able to continue walking. And so the more I let that hand stay in front of her, it's going to allow her to walk more, and it is going to feel way better on her shoulder. So if I dile her que no, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We're going to take a little trip this way, and I'm going to direct her angle at the end. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to make this arch right here, and as I'm using that same cross and back step to travel with her, 5, 6, 7, and bring the arm down at the very end. All right, and then towards the mirror on 1, 2, change the angle. I bring the arm up, 5, 6, 7. If I was going to keep going, we could go around in a rectangle. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I said at this point, hey, we had enough. We're just going to do it 2 times. So that last 5, 6, 7, the lead is going to go with the dile que no feet where we go apart. And so what that is going to do is basically, if I said, hey, I want to lead vacila con mano and adios. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And I decide, okay, I want to lead vacila con mano and adios. 1, 2, 3. 2 8 counts to think about it. Lead the turn. 5, 6, 7. Lead the adios. 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to give myself another option to get my stuff together to lead that little turn mini combo while continuing to move around the room and dance. So instead of just hanging out in guapea, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so for styling for the follows, basically you've got the first part after dile que no, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Everything from here right up until the lead brings the arm up in an arch. That free arm can be kind of wherever it wants. It could be out to the side like that. You're not going to hit anybody. But when we get here, 1, 2, 3, what you can do to not like clothesline your partner, get caught on the waist, you can put it on the hip like that. 5, 6, 7, and so then it can be free as a bird here. 1, 2, 3, and go back at the hip. 5, 6, and 7, and then it can go back out. So that's just a little styling option for the follows for that particular desplazamiento. You can add shakies to your heart's content as well. So with the arms, with it, we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So you got the arm out, 1, 2, and then at the hip, 5, 6, and out, 1, shake, 5, 6, 7. And then from here, the arms back out, so we can go to the hip for the vacila, 1, 2, 3, and we connect and closed, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. So a nice little easy one. Let's do that with generic music real quick. Oh, hello. The cat does want to join. Usually the cat wants to join even more than this. Okay. I think we can juice up the tempo a little bit too. All right. So if we were just hanging out, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. Dile que no, we're gonna move a little bit with it. 1, 2. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. And then vacila. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. 5, 6, 7. Go from the other angle. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. Voila. Okay. So this actually reminded me of an FAQ about leading the vacila off of this, and so you'll notice the angle for the arm is a little bit different. So basically, the leads, they already have the arm up, so you wouldn't lead it right from here. What we're gonna do is scoop down to lead the vacila, which I'll show in a bit. But it did remind me that there was that question from that particular class. So normal vacila, I've got the hand at like a waist level. I bring her, pick the arm up, draw the circle overhead. But because of the way that the arm is situated, when we have the arm up for an arch, we got the follow walking under. And what I need to do is kind of draw a circle in this manner in order to make the vacila work. Jen, unfortunately, is dying right now, so I'll show it like later. The benefit of live stuff is I have to do no editing and can't obsess over it, and then the downside is your partner might die in the middle of it. So there's that. I saw that. Yeah, if you didn't die choking on whatever, you were going to definitely die tripping on my mess of an apartment. All right, so what the hell were we saying? Okay, yes, so normal vacila, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I already had the hand at waist level, so I'd pull it at waist level, draw a circle over her head, bring her into closed position if I was going to do adios, etc. But for this one, let's just do the thing, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So I got the arm up here. She's walking under on 5, 6, 7. So the arm is still uppish, and so it's at like her head height. And so I'm going to still do the move behind her action for vacila, but I'm just going to scoop the arm down and up and then into closed position. All right, and so I can let the hand also do like hand rotational magic. So I'm going to bring it down. So I go to the fingers, let the hand rotate, and then grab it back. But yeah, the vacila for that one is definitely going to look and feel different than normal old vacila. So I hope that answers the question. Let's do one now that we have the shape. If you're going to teach this, I think that teaching the one under the arm is good to do first, because for some reason it makes that sort of rectangle shape pretty clear to people. And then we can move into doing kind of a moving version of guapea, which I'm certain has a name. All right, so dile que no. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I'm going to make the same shape, but instead of bringing the arm up, 1, 2. I changed the direction so her angle is this away. I'm just going to look for the hand just like I would with guapea. In guapea, we're usually kind of like pulling and then pushing open. We're not going to do that because we'd be standing in place. So we're going to do like this hybrid dile que no guapea move, where I'm going to take her hand, I'm going to pull her to walk on 5, 6, 7, and then open up. So pull her to walk, push, and then open up. And so it's important that if we want to keep this going, that cheat step on 7 for the leads in the direction that you intend to go. So we're going to do it again so you see the other angle. 1, 2. I'm going to look for the hand, and I want to bring her this way, which I'm going to use this hand to pull, push, and then open. So say we do it twice. My 5, 6, 7, I'm going to do like dire que no and open up to my right side. So if we go from dire que no, we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Bring her across. 1, 2, 3. Pull and push, open. And then from there, obviously, as an alternative to guapea, it's very guapea-like in the hands and everything like that, so it should come as no surprise that any of the turns that we wanted to lead, we could lead right off of this move that if you know the name for it, go ahead and put it in a comment. Haha. Low battery warning. You must think you're talking to somebody who didn't know to bring an extension cord. Okay, so let's do it from the other angle, and then we'll show our little fun turn that we can lead from here. All right, so we go from dire que no. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Lead, sneak across. 1, 2. Change the angle, look for the hand. Bring her across. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Look for the hand. 5, 6, 7. And again, when I want to get out of it, my 5, 6, 7, I open up to my right side if I'm leading. Okay, so the little turn that we're going to do from here is just an excuse to lead little different turns. We do a variation of enchufa doble. So let's do enchufa doble just to refresh. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Right, doble. I think if anyone's worried about moving around doing casino, they know doble, but we'll just do it again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. So we're going to take this very common turn and just spice it up a little bit of pizzazz. So hopefully we know the bamboleo step. The bamboleo step, we're going to take some extra steps, and then we are going to hold certain steps. So we're going to put bamboleo into enchufa doble. So the first part is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. How about that? Crazy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. And then we're just going to keep stepping. 6, 7, 8, tap. 2, 3. All right, we're going to hold that 3. And then there's extra special stuff coming up, but we're not there yet. So the bamboleo and enchufa doble is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. 6, 7, 8, tap. 2, 3. Don't step on 4. Oh, she gave a little sneak peek of the pizzazz that awaits. So there's some pizzazz for the follow. Let's do the other angle. Bamboleo, make sure we got it, and then it's pizzazz time. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. 6, 7, 8, tap. 2, 3. All right, that's pre-pizzazz right there. So bamboleo step, in case you don't know it. Let's say you're lead. All right, we're dancing a forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So 1, usually my left, 5, usually my right. When I get into bamboleo, I'll be tapping with the foot that is not usually the step for that number. What do I mean? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So on 1, usually I step with my left foot. But instead right now, I'll be tapping with my right foot. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So if you want to get out of bamboleo, you've got to hold either the 3 or the 7, and your feet will line back up. If you're a follow and you're dancing forward and back, 1 is usually your right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. If I get into bamboleo, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. You'll notice you're tapping with your left foot on 1, which is not normally your 1. So it's going to be tap, 2, 3, 4, tap, 6, 7, 8, tap, 2, 3, 4, tap, 6, 7, 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is bamboleo. A lot of moves that you can make off of that. In this case, we're gonna spice up doble. So let's do one more time, and then it's pizzazz time. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, hold the 3. All right, so we usually have a 3, right? We usually have a pivot right here. And so with this pivot, we're gonna really utilize this pivot. And as she pivots, gonna do a little flick up with the left foot. All right, so when we don't break the momentum, it's really gonna knock your socks off, all right? So let's go from guape. So 1, 2, doble with bamboleo. 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. 6, 7, 8, tap, here we go. That was a little extra, yes. But so we're gonna take the pivot, and we're just gonna use that pivot, and then just bring it to our shoulder for 5, 6, 7. So let's do it from this way. So we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 2, whoosh, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so this move, you may hear in some circles referred to it as Malia. So if you want to put that in your rueda circle, that would be the call for it, Malia. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. 6, 7, 8, tap. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right, the leads, we can do a little hand switchy. All right, and so she's doing her cool little thing, like gum on my shoe thing. And what we're gonna do is take the right foot and kind of bring it up Columbia style and put it behind our left foot and just put it straight down on 5, 6, and step across on 7 while switching the hand. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. 6, 7, 8, tap. 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. Other angle. 1, 2, Malia. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're right here. All right. So let's put it to music real quick with our desplazamiento. Guape está. Uy. 2, 5, 6. Oh, gotta go from paso son. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So we got dile que no. We're gonna move around with guape. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. And we got Malia. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. 6, 7, 8, tap. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and Malia. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, tap. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you'll notice, this will be our little last one here. You'll notice that when we do this little end of this turn sequence here, we end up in this shape where she was touching my shoulder, so it helps keep the shape. It looks adorable, it also helps keep the frame in the shape. 1, 2, 3. And then I can put out my left hand and grab her, or not grab, but have a place for her right shoulder to be for 5, 6, 7. And you might be thinking, is there a way that we can move around the room doing just that since it's so cute? Yeah, as a matter of fact, there is. So let's say we started from here. We got done with our Malia turn sequence, and we're gonna do dile que no. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And the only difference is, like we've been saying on 7, the lead's gonna do a little cheat step in front. And this one is nice and easy. I'm going to go to the other side. 1, 2, change the angle. so that she can get my shoulder. Bring her to my hand on 5, 6, 7. A little cheat step here on 7 to go in front. 1, 2, 3. And then let's say I was like, man, I want to do some right-to-right turns. What's a right-to-right turn I know? Ooh, I could do montaña or something. And I'm ready to lead it. Instead of taking that cheat step in front of her, I'm going to finish Dile que no, move to my right, 5, 6, 7. And then I have a seamless way of getting into my right-to-right turn that I wanted to lead. So, you can mix and match all these. So we started off with one where we had the follow walking under this arch, and we kind of kept that going. But you can mix and match them. So you can do the guapeo one, into the right-to-right, back into under the arm. And so you can move around, change the hands, make it dynamic. And so once it gets in your muscle memory and you have enough repetition with it, it's just as automatic as hanging out here in a basic step, but it looks more polished, and it looks like you're being more intentional about your dancing as opposed to hanging out in one spot trying to think of what to do. I kept them all the same, no hand switches, just to keep it pretty straightforward. But when you start making your own combinations, you can start playing with them, changing the hands around. But let's just do this nice, easy one to end it, where we start from a right-to-right little bro shake thing. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, bring it to my hand. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right, and so Dile que no style, 5, 6, 7. So at this point, this hand on her shoulder becomes more than just aesthetic and more than just keeping shape. But because I'm having her open this way, and I've got this right-to-right connection, and then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to ask her to do, is to turn back in the other direction. Let's say we're going to lead some turn that started with sombrero. It helps kind of cushion the impact on her shoulder as well. So if I didn't touch her shoulder, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then I just start yanking her in that opposite direction, it's a little bit of a sudden change of direction. So if I make a point to have the hand here ready, and I can bring her to my hand and kind of cushion it a little bit, and then lead the turn, it'll be a much nicer experience for the follow. So yes, let's go ahead and do that last one to music, and we'll lead some right-to-right turn here. Oh, you might be wondering, is the casino level, the casino fundamentals digital course still under $100 with promo code YouTube? Yes, it is. And you might also be wondering, are you selling that with any virtual privates? Well, yeah. I mean, if you want, there's some discounts on a package with 6 virtual privates when you get the class, as well as 12. So if you know you're really gunning to learn casino, you can pick up the course, which is great by itself. But if you want some little one-on-one attention, you can pick it up with either 6 or 12 virtual privates as well. So in case that was keeping you up at night, now you know the answer. All right, so let's go from paso son, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And let's go. So we're gonna go Dile que no. We're gonna lead the previous one just for fun. We're gonna lead Malia, 5, 6, 7. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, tap, 6, 7, 8, tap. Switch the hand, 5, 6, 7. And we're gonna lead our last one. So bring her to my hand. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. And then I can lead sombrero, montaña. Boom, 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 boom. Whatever we're gonna do here. 5, 6, 7. So let's see if we can lead all 3 of them together from the beginning. All right, so from paso son, We got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna go under the arm first. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Then we got vacila into adios. Down and up. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna lead guapea version. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. And then Malia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3. And then our last one here, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so hopefully that gave you some tips on how to move around the floor a little bit. Bonus tip on how to lead vacila off of that, which was a question. And hopefully you can add it to your dancing. If this format seemed to work out for you, let me know so I can bother her about coming through on the days after classes. And so, and maybe we could get into kind of a thing where the surveillance video of whatever we might take a closer look at on the following day will be available. All right, so you could watch like the group class, and then if it was something that you particularly enjoyed, could get a little bit more one-on-one with it here. Workshop dates and links are in the description. And man, I can't believe, just on a personal note here, that I'm talking on YouTube about how I'm gonna be going to Chicago and where the hell ever. So thank you very much for all your support. See you next time. It is time to end.